I bet you noticed something came in your video inbox today. D's buffs. Got him! Got him! Our 9th backyard workout. It's going to be phase 2, day 5 of the 12-week plan. This is the first day where legs will be worked twice in 1 week. And we're going to be getting it started off with front squats. Now there's two different variations of front squats. It's really your preference. You can do it the clean grip or you can do it the cross. We prefer the clean grip ourselves, but it's totally up to you, whatever works better. Because sometimes for people it's hard to get in that position. So just warm your wrists up, warm your shoulders up, and then you can kind of get that clean grip a little bit better. The cross grip's just because you won't really have to be that mobile, and bodybuilders don't really do a lot of mobility and stretching. Cue mobility. Yeah. As you can see, Brandon's a zany train robber today. He's about to take a damsel in distress and put her on our train tracks.
Yes, Buzz Killington. Yes.
This is the reason why we work out backyard all by ourselves. People literally will not work out with us. You guys watch the videos just to look and go, oh God.
We're a freak show.
We're a freak.
That's all we are to you is freaks.
Yeah. And we got the question on doing mobility videos in addition to stretching some abs. Hell yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. Thanks for leaving that comment, because that's definitely gonna help to shape this channel. We're kind of running through these workouts now just to test out the 12-week plan, but we absolutely will have full mobility videos in the near future. That's the kind of stuff you'll have to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
You still want that mobility video?
Yeah. Get some. Oh yeah. Feel it burn. I'm more mobile already. Yes. Getting that hip capsule all mobile, warmed up, stretched out, ready for the front squats coming up. Oh yeah. Hudson has a story about a simple stretch that you can do to help take away some back pain. A lot of times, if you're not really stretching out, especially like the glute, psoas, you know, that area, you can actually put a lot of pressure on the sciatic nerve, and then you'll get some shooting pains either kind of in the back and down the leg there. So a simple stretch you can do, just cross here and sit, or very similar to what I was doing. You can sit here and it's really gonna hit, target that area that really puts pressure on the sciatic nerve. So you do that every day, and a lot of times you can take away that pain. And another good one is like that nice lunge, deep lunge stretch here, where you can put your foot on top of a bench here, get the quad in there as well, and kind of rock forward a little bit. It's gonna hit the quad and also the hip flexor there. Just kind of work into it. You know, you don't have to just do a static stretch where you're just sitting here. You can actually kind of like work into different positions, and kind of once you hit a tight spot, kind of sit into it a little bit and keep it there. Make sure it's stretched out, get some blood flow in there, and you'll be good to go. Like Brandon was saying, you know, I do a lot of the editing. Sometimes I'm sitting down for like 12 hours a day in front of a computer screen, which really isn't a good thing, but you know, unfortunately, that's the way you get the videos out. So I was experiencing that shooting pain in my sciatic nerve. Basically, it's one of those things, a little bit like a toothache. All of a sudden it becomes kind of your worst enemy. You don't know what it is until it starts to affect you, and then you just wish it would go away. I would have the shooting pain right in my lower back on this left side here, and it was a real bitch. I gotta tell you, I'd be sitting down, I'd be experiencing that shooting pain, and I was like, what the hell is going on? So like Brandon said, I would basically get into this position just like this, sitting in a chair. I would go ahead and take this leg right here over, stretch it out just like this, and hold. I did that for just a few different times, and I have not had any sciatic nerve problems since. It's crazy. It's almost like a miracle, but it shows you the importance of mobility and stretching. So if you feel that you need it in your daily life, you're feeling some problems of any sort, just introduce mobility and stretching. It's a huge help, and it can really improve your overall everyday life. It's much more than just in the gym. You just want to make sure your quality of life in general is good, and that's really what working out is all about. So hope that tips help, because it sure as hell helped me. Front squats. What you want to really try to concentrate on this one is keep your torso vertical and the elbows pointing straight forward. So just try not to let them drop too much, because what happens is then the bar, you're gonna get bar roll, or the bar rolling off your the shelf you're creating with your shoulders there. So really keep that torso vertical. You know, in a squat you're gonna have some bending over, kind of those nipples kind of facing the floor there. With this one, you want to keep that chest a little bit higher, so it'll keep the bar right on the shelf there. And really try to concentrate on squatting in between the legs rather than kind of pushing the hips back too far. There'll still be a lot of hip movement involved, but try not to lean forward. Keep that torso upright or erect.
That's what I was about to say, but Brandon just finished it for me. Keep the nipples erect.
Tell we're doing a glute bridge from the floor. You know, of course, there's the variation of doing it where you're more elevated, your upper back is supported on a bench, so you can get a farther range of motion. You can really dip the hips down and then extend them up from there. Get more of a flexion in the hips. With this one, it's really working more in the upper portion of the lift. So really just focusing on hip extension, squeezing the glutes, and then drop it down from there. Good thing about these ones is you can go a lot heavier on it because you're working in a shorter range of motion, so that's why we're hitting 225 to probably go up from there. But yeah, and we just customized the pad here. Put a foam roller on here, so that way that bar isn't pinching our buff dude dicks off. That bar just got raped by 2 buff dudes.
Or did the bar rape us? I feel a little violated, to tell you the truth.
So with the glute bridges here as well, you really be working the core. You're not just working the glutes and hamstrings as you extend the hips. So you are working, of course, the hip area, but the core is going to be working too, because the lower back's going to have to stabilize that spine to keep it rigid and also straight. And also the abs are going to have to be contracted to do the same thing with the spine to really stabilize it, keep it rigid throughout the motion. So this is all around pretty good exercise, and it's really going to help with your bigger lifts too. Either be deadlift, squat, overhead press, anything that really involves the core and also the hip section. So this is an amazing exercise, and that's why we do include it in the 12-week plan.
Well, if it isn't our friend Mr. Walking Lunge, conveniently disguising himself as the split squat, as if to say, hey, my name's Split Squat, it's okay, you can perform me. They have so much in common, they're like evil cousins.
Out to kill us. Kill the quads.
Walking Lunges had a mustache, it'd be a little twirly mustache.
Yes, I'm walking lunges, yes.
Got 3 more sets, then I'm done with your ass. You've punished my glutes and quads enough, you son of a bitch.
Hudson's favorite, single leg Romanian deadlift. We're just using a kettlebell, but you can use a dumbbell as well. I just kind of like the feel of a kettlebell sometimes. Switch it up. A little tip here, when you're performing these, of course a lot of people want to look straight ahead here. One, you're not really having a neutral chin, so that's a bad thing. You want to help keep the spine in line by keeping more of a neutral chin, but at the same time that'll help as well, because you can rightly try to keep in your sides. Pick a spot on the floor, like a little mark or a color discoloration or whatever it is, and just kind of keep your eye on that, and it'll really help you balance rather than trying to equilibrium, getting all thrown off when you're trying to look at maybe the mirror or anything else. Just think of those little birds that kind of teeter and get a little drink of water. Little pivot points right at the hip. He's coming down just like so. So really you're just using the hip joint. Everything else is pretty rigid. Feel that nice stretch in your hamstring. Stretching that stretch reflex. And then rubber band to top position. Pretty simple. You always have your other leg to help balance, and this does really work on balance, coordination, mobility, stability. So it's a lot in this exercise, and that's why it makes it so difficult.
Indiana Jones hated snakes. Henry Jones Sr. hated rats. I hate single leg Romanian deadlifts, but I gotta do it. It's like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, he had to find the Ark of the Covenant. I'm looking for those gains, and in order to get them, I gotta perform single leg Romanian deadlifts. It's like that teetering bird. One drink of water.
2 drink of water.
Nightfall already. It's not even 5 o'clock. Damn it. That's what sucks about winter. Last exercise is going to be standing calf raises. We're actually going to be doing it seated just because we don't have a standing machine. So again, like we've mentioned before, you know, feel free to switch it up a little bit if you don't have exactly what the plan specifies or calls for. So having said that, we're going to finish off this workout with some seated calf raises.
Yeah, and you can do standing calf raises with a barbell, but the only problem is, like Hudson was just saying, we don't really have a machine for it. And if you try to do it with the barbell and you can't really balance on anything, it's going to make it harder, and you know, some accidents could happen, injuries could possibly happen. So since we have this nice seated calf raise machine, we might as well put to good use.
And you don't want accidents, because if you do, you know, that's what little mustache twirly men love to see.
Accidents. That wraps up day 5 of phase 2, legs, for the second day this week. Hope you dudes and girls liked it. And yeah, we're gonna sign off. It's getting late, getting dark. Time to get some protein and single bicep salute. Stay buff.